Hi everyone, day 26, and today I had a beautiful conversation with one of the younger women that I used to learn from a couple of years ago. She was the first who introduced me to the idea of Eros as life force and how to connect with it in our body. And we were talking about, again, the theme that's been kind of working me in the last several days. We were talking about menopause and aging, and she is a woman in her early to mid 30s, so she's just a really wise soul and somebody who is here to, to show that wisdom doesn't come with age necessarily. We were talking about the fact that stepping into the crone, which so many women resist, and even me, for me, that word crone has such negative connotations. It's not pretty. When I hear the word crone, I'm warming to it now, but in the very beginning, like years ago, when I would hear the word crone, I would imagine like a scary looking witch, this creature that is like with a crooked nose and like bony, who lives in a house and on like chicken legs, Anyway, in Russian culture, there was this creature called Baba Yaga, who's, she was a witch, she was a magician, she was everything that really is crone. But she had an attitude and she was terribly ugly. Anyway, that's how men must have interpreted that archetype, So, yeah, what I'm saying is, for me, accepting that archetype, accepting that I'm now at that stage of my life, was difficult because of the images that were associated with that. The more I study what is a wise woman, and the more I realize how it's sorely missing in our society, how young women so need older women, elders, older women who are wisdom keepers, who are there to not judge their daughters, to stay in line, to toe the line, to keep being a good girl in order to please, but women elders who can bring higher wisdom. And what I'm observing is, at least, again, this is my perspective, this is how I am interpreting current energies, is that a lot of women my age are struggling to accept this next stage of our lives, and as a result are almost in competition with their own daughters for that youthful maiden archetype. So most women who are aging, I shouldn't say most, many women that I know, that I read and that I listen to, are having a hard time accepting their crone, and are trying to extend the maiden stage, and as such we kind of remain in competition with our daughters. I know that this is present, as distasteful as it may sound. So anyway, what this young woman, my teacher, we're not actively working together now, but it was a beautiful conversation that was a gift this morning. She reminded me that when we enter the stage of crone, we're not letting go of all the other parts. Like the maiden is still there, the mother is still there, and that just clicked so many things into place for me, because of course I'm the one who's always teaching about wholeness and remaining whole, and being in connection with all the parts of who we are. Of course, the fact that I'm stepping into my crone, the fact that I'm accepting that stage of my life doesn't mean that I'm letting go of all the other parts. That means simply that I'm bringing all the other parts with me. And so the women who have integrated that part, the women who have stepped into their crone with joy, having agreed, having accepted, they can be playful and they can be nurturing. It's not a shriveled up, dried up, shell of a woman. It's actually a playful, wise, nurturing figure. And this just clicked so many things into place for me, because more and more I am finding that I have access to my playfulness now, that I'm feeling safe and brave to be me. The more and more I'm observing how I'm nurturing other people, the women and men that I work with, and then obviously people in my life who are physically present here. So it's just a beautiful gift of a conversation today, because crone is, again, it's not losing everything else, which I think is why so many women are resisting this. It's actually owning all that we are and bringing all those parts of us with us into crone. That is actually what allows us to be these wise women, what makes us wise women, because we have access to all these parts. So yeah, that's kind of where I am today. And right now my husband left for like a little over a week, so I'm on my own. And when I finished with my sessions, it was like after 6 p.m. I went for a walk on the quays, on the sur le quai. I don't know how to say it in English, actually. I think it's like a promenade on the river. And it's just like the way Paris has transformed it lately. It's just amazing. It's so much fun. They call it Les Plages de Paris, so like beaches of Paris, which is so funny. And there's like chairs and tables and restaurants and playgrounds for children and ways to climb the walls, and just like so much fun, and beautiful flowers behind me. Do you see? I'm right on the river, right near Notre Dame that they're repairing, and yeah, just a complete enjoyment. I mean, it's seriously no wonder Paris is the city of lights and city of love and city of pleasures. It's been so enjoyable. It's hard to stay at home in this city. So much to see, to take pleasure in, to enjoy. I look forward to more. So this is me for today, and I'll see you tomorrow.